Hello, everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 17 Team of the Year Selection Show. Season 17 is coming to an end. We've done the National Championship. We've done the coach firing. We've done the raffle reward player. We've even done Week 0 matchups. Now we just need to go through the season, wrap it up, get all of our records, get all of our guys in here, and set our Team of the Year and move on to the off season, which is always a lot of people's favorite time of the season. Thank you for the sub here, Coach Cryo. So if you are here and you want to help me pick the Team of the Year, you can give me your feedback in chat as I go through just kind of the leaders. And just kind of how it always works is we go really based off of stats mainly, but also there are situations where like a deep playoff run, impactful playoff run does trump sometimes. So, and remember, Team of the Year is only SFA players, players that are recruited in Discord, IGR, rejects, that kind of thing. No CPU recruiting players. So let's go through it, and I don't think that there's any debate here. I know Jamarcus McNutt won the he won the SFA Player of the Year in the regular season, but the year that Kirko Squatch wound up putting together, he has to be number one for quarterback. So I think it's between these two, 1 and 2. I think maybe you would in some world, but look at the difference in yardage. Like, these guys have 700 more yards than everybody else in the country. Kirko was way down here, but in the playoffs, he got himself up here. So I think you go Kirko 1, and then you do McNutt 2. I don't think there's anybody else good enough to even be in the conversation. Yeah, there's no other 40 touchdown throwers, so I think that's where it's at. So we'll go Kirko Squatch 1. So ISU back, a lot of Kirko, Kiko, and then McNutt at Iowa. So now running backs. This is always a hot topic of debate, but this year there's not really. You got your Heisman winner, 34 touchdowns. The next closest is Greg Cooper with 22. I mean, yardage, he's also 400 more yards than everybody else. Caleb Hardy, or Corey Hardy for Rutgers. Never mind, I thought it was Caleb. Niles Sheathers goes 2,021. Ronald Butler, Copeland. The only other guy you could potentially give it to, I think, is Husky Boyle. But I think this is another scenario where it's a super easy decision. Dennis Martell didn't really have a great year. So, yeah, I think this is just super easy. Boozin and then Sheathers. Tim Tyson is not an SFA player. There will be hard decisions, but I don't think there are right here. All right, now we have 4 SFA wide receiver slots. Number 1, of course, is going to be Butler. He has 600 more yards than everybody else. He has 6 more touchdowns than the next highest, which is Jonathan Talley. Just an absurd season here for Ray J. Butler. He will be number 1. So Iowa State goes 2 for 2. So now we got to go. I like going by yards first, and then we'll go by touchdowns. So Jacrise Bass, he had 1,400 yards, only 9 touchdowns. So I think that that's good, but there's people with that's like it always comes down to what do you value, right? So like, for instance, Wally Culpepper, the SFA player here, he has 1,380. That's 72 yards less, but he has 4 more touchdowns. So Wally should be ahead of Jacrise Bass in this situation. So let's do Wally Culpepper 2. So Boise State getting a Team of the Year player. Jacrise Bass, is 3 going to be enough? The next guy is Dambo Dinkins. He only has 11, and this is 98 yards. So how much does a touchdown impact, do you think? Got DeKalen Thrust right here. He has 1,300 yards. He has more receptions, but he has 13. So, like, now we got 3 guys battling for 2 spots. You got Andy Newton here, but I think he's probably out of it. I think I like Thrust better. So, out of these 3, these are your 3 options here for our receivers. So, do you go Jacrise Bass, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns? Do you go Dambo Dinkins with 11 and 1,350? Or do you do DeKalen Thrust? I'm interested to hear you guys' feedback. I would probably do DeKalen Thrust and then do Jacrise Bass as the last one in. And I would leave Dambo Dinkins out, most likely. Andy Newton, I don't think's good enough. Gibby Gerback's here. He had a great moment, but Solo Tippins had a great run, but that's not good enough. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go DeKalen Thrust here. Thrust from Ohio. And then last man in, we will snub a Dambo Dinkins and put in Bass. So Coach Mush gets himself a Team of the Year player. So now we'll do tight ends. Now, tight ends are definitely really difficult. So I go by yards, and then we just kind of scroll till we find them. So Lars New, SFA player. He is the leading tight end in terms of receiving yards. 12 touchdowns, is among the country leaders. So Lars New, easy number 1. I didn't know he was a senior. And this good. By golly. So Lars New cooking here. Jace Fiker. So looking for more tight ends. So Kevin Mills, a tight end, 1,000 yards. Like, how does this guy win? He must have a ton of pancakes, but he's the one that wins the Kari Django. Curious Streaker got 1,000 yards. Dicker Stick, that's a good option, because he also had a great playoff run. I think Dicker Stick might be number 2. Jesse Jetster's right here. Let's just see. Oh, here we go. So, okay, so your options are Dicker Stick, or are we going to go Philip Gardasani? So 2 more touchdowns and only like 30 different yards, but I think this is a situation where you have a guy who made a big-time impact on the playoff. I think that you put Mahonda Dicker Stick above Gardasani here. So Auburn gets number 2. All right, now one of my favorite parts is seeing the offensive line. As always, how we do the offensive line is it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a full offensive line: left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. And then we go by just your position of choice. So like Cade Barr, SFA player here. If he gets Team of the Year player, he'll go to left tackle. If somebody's ahead of him, he would go to right tackle. And then from there, right? So 87 pancakes this year and 3 sacks. I think that's pretty good, but I want to just check the 0 sack club. See if there's anybody crazy in here. I know this is going to be a very long list. 32 for Snyder. That's a non-SFA player. So this is for everybody. Actually, I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it like this. Hold on. I got to make sure Cade Barr is a senior and is an actual SFA player. I mean, hold on. Sometimes... So, Cade Barr, I think he is a, Cade Barr, yeah, he's an SFA player. He is a, He is a reject. So we'll do Cade Barr at left tackle here. Just too many pancakes, only 3 sacks, and just looking at the leaders, it's pretty good. Geez, Georgia Tech had a really good line this year. So, Monroe Rosecrans, we'll come back to that. 68's good, but 11 sacks is kind of horrible. Braun Burmeister, SFA player. He won Freshman All-American. 67-5. Let's come back to that. Okay, SFA player Colin Schuler here. He is 60-4. So I think 67-5 is probably pretty good. I mean, what's the pancake to sack ratio on those? 60 divided by 4, it's 15. And then what, 67 divided by 5, 13. So Schuler's a little bit better than Burmeister there. Other SFA players, because those are some sacks are minus 10 pancakes, you think. So Jeffrey Cobb, another SFA guy, that's a lot of sacks. So Curtis Schlupp, 50-8, not very good. Jin Meredith, 49-5. Ugh, just gross numbers from him this year. Zaza Gomeshi, here's another SFA guy. I mean, 47-3. What's his ratio? 47-3. That's 15.66. So that's better. Yeah. Russ Cosgrove had 8. Polo Chodacki had 6. Some terrible numbers here for SFA players. Hams McGillis, 44-7. Gunther Tall, 43-4. What's that ratio? Oh, that's actually not very good. That's 10.5 or whatever. Federico Oaks, 42-7. Come on, where are my boys? You're letting me down this year. Zane Zadcliffe not having a good year either. Chwala Limpombo. There it is. Red Rubskins. 39-2. That's what you want to see. Yeah, so, okay. So, Red Rubskins. So, okay. So, let me go back up here. Okay, so we got Cade Barr for sure. I feel like Schuler and Burmeister are pretty dang good. So, okay, so I think we have our 5. I just don't know how I want to do it. So, we've got Burmeister here. We've got Schuler. I think he's probably the last one in. Or no, I think Burmeister probably is with his 5. Red Rubskins. And then Zaza Gomeshi. So, okay, so we'll go. So I think you have to put Schuler over Burmeister because of the ratio here. So I'm going to go with Schuler at right tackle because the other 2 are guards that we're thinking about. So Schuler. And then that means Burmeister is going to end up being a center. From Auburn. And then Zaza Gomeshi, which I believe he is a left guard. Schlupp's not getting in. Yeah, Zaza Gomeshi, he is a left guard. Oh yeah, I'll post the week 0, or if you want to post it in announcements, you can. Because I'm good with the week 0 that you chose. So, yeah, if you want to post it, I'm good to go on that. And then final one in was Red Rubskins. Oh, wait a second. Kenny Earlman has something to say. I forgot about good old Kenny Earlman. He's an SFA player, right guard. So, or right tackle. So I think that knocks out Burmeister. And I think it also knocks out Schuler. 42-1, I think, is disgusting. So, hold your horses. We are not done here. So Schuler goes to center. And that means right tackle is going to be Kenny Earlman. I didn't even see my boy Kenny Earlman here. And then we'll get to Red Rubskins. 39-2. That's Texas. All right, let's just do a quick rundown and see if there's anybody else who has, like, 1 sack given up. Lonnie Falconer, nope. Puff Kennedy, 35-2. Is that enough to knock out 60-4? What's better? 60-4 or 35-2? You guys want to go with Georgia Tech? What about Purvis Wigglesworth? Alright, we'll go Purvis. No, we won't go Purvis. Okay, so, alright, so our offense is set. So, QB1, Kirko. QB2, Jamarcus McNutt. RB1 is Boozin. RB2, Niall Sheathers. Wide receiver goes Ray J. Butler, Wally Culpepper, DeKalen Thrust, and then Jacrise Bass. Tight end is Lars Newt and LaHonda Dickerstick. And then offensive line, Cade Barr, Gomeshi, Schuler, Rubskins, and Earlman. So now we go to defensive. Defensive's always super tough, so we got to go... we've got 4 D linemen, 3 linebackers, 3 corners, and 2 safeties that we got to pick. So... kind of what I like to do is defensive line. It's more so sacks and TFLs. So, first and foremost, you see here, Jack's Joker, second in sacks. He was first in the regular season, and he's second in TFLs. So, Jack's Joker will be number 1. Now, in terms of D lineman number 2, you've got Gerard Beebe here, but he only has 20. He has double-digit sacks, which is great, but only 27 TFLs. I think that's probably good enough, as there's nobody here with, like, an absurd amount. Like, you got Reaper Exum, 32 and 9.5. So how much is, like, a sack equal to a TFL, right? Like, I'm not quite sure. But just kind of your contenders here. You got Beebe, who's 10.5 and 27. Igor Torgerson, who has 10 and 24. Reaper Exum, 9.5 and 32. I think those 3 are all right next to each other. I think Reaper Exum might be second. 1 sack equals 2.5 TFLs. So, yeah, so Reaper Exum would be better. Romeo Krotz, though, he has 28 and 9. So is that better than 24 and 10? So 28 and 9, and then you can look at things like interceptions and forced fumbles or whatever. So if we're looking at Torgerson versus Krotz, both have decent team success. You're looking at same tackles. TFLs 28 to 9, 24 to 10. I think by your guys' math, it's Krotz. Yeah, I mean, the impact of a sack is definitely better than TFL. They both have 1 deflection. There's just no tiebreakers here. So I think it's safe to put Reaper, Exum, and then BB. So let's put Reaper Exum at 2. And then I think BB is a solid 3 option there. Tennessee. And then 4 Krotz. Is there somebody down here with more? No. Yeah, so I think you got to go Romeo Krotz probably. Just barely. Yeah, this is for those very analytical guys. Alright, so now for middle linebackers, it's easier to pull them up with tackles. So Calais Ingram, of course, he has 113, second in the country. So the hard part for linebackers is it's like all-encompassing. So like he has 113 tackles, that's amazing. 17, 2.5, I'm not quite sure. 4 interceptions, probably pretty good. He doesn't have any extracurriculars. Now you look at somebody like River Elliott, who's the 2nd highest SFA player here in terms of tackles, is kind of our base. He has a couple fumbles. He has 3 interceptions, so he has more turnovers, he has more sacks, he has more TFLs, 6 less tackles. So you put River Elliott above Calais Ingram. So I think River Elliott's ahead of Ingram. But is there somebody here that has, like, an absurd... So Keyshawn Scully, like, I want to figure out how is Shaq Madison so good in the games. So, like, we'll look at these two together. So 101 versus 100. The 20 TFLs, that's higher. 6 sacks versus 2. Only 1 interception for Shaq Madison. Like, I'm not seeing, like, where he's getting all of his love from, right? Is it just the absurd sack numbers? Like, the TFLs are insanely high. Like, this Simmons guy up here at the top had 25 and 7. So I think it's kind of a toss-up between Shaq Madison and River Elliott, both playoff teams. Scully is 12 and 2, 2 interceptions. I mean, just the fact that River Elliott did get into the end zone, I think, is interesting. Madison did have 3 recoveries. 18 and 4 versus 20 and 2, though. Does a fumble 6. Yeah, would you go Madison or would you go Elliott? Because I think we kind of have our 3 already here. Pretty... There's your Tate McKinney. Rokeem Shields is here. He had 15 and 1.5. Did he have any? No, he didn't have any interceptions. White Germ. Nothing crazy for these guys. I'm looking for an insane split. Like Brutus Meatcake, 11 and... Yeah, no. Monte Ayers, 14 and 4. Drake Dudley had 2. So the only other thing to check really would be like super high interception number for a tight end or for a linebacker. I don't see any for linebackers here. Or any crazy high forced fumbles. Tubby Page, SFA player. That's safety though. Fumble recoveries. Not really. Let me just look at sacks one more time. Any linebackers up here? This is Jacob Phillips. He's not SFA player. Yeah, no. Any insane TFL numbers? Baron Camp, he went 26 and 5.5, so he has way less tackles, but he also doesn't have any of the extracurricular interceptions or anything. So yeah, I'm good with the 3 that we had. I think do you guys want to go, who should get number 1? Should it be Ingram? Should it be River Elliott, or should it be Madison? So does a defensive touchdown trump 2 sacks and 2 TFLs? But he also has 2 more interceptions and fumbles and all that. It's pretty even. I don't think Ingram's 1. I thought Ingram would be 3rd. Because he has less than both of them at TFLs and sacks. He has 4 interceptions, but he has no fumbles. So I would put Ingram 3rd. So is it Elliott 1? We going UTSA 1? River Elliott saucing him. So UTSA getting a Team of the Year guy. And then we'll go Madison 2. And then linebacker 3 would be Ingram. Good for Calais Ingram. He had a rough sophomore year. Okay, now it's corners. And corners are primarily interception driven. So, immediately in leading the nation, Giorgi D'Antonio, SFA player. Keon Beachcastle, SFA player. And then you also have Riddle, who's a safety. But at 6, you have Eric Lombardi and Corton Holvik. So, we only have 3 spots, but I think those are our 4 that we're deciding between. So, Keon Beachcastle, he only has 2 TFLs. He has less sacks. Antonio has more than him. But he had the pick 6 in the playoffs. So does that trump these couple of extracurriculars from D'Antonio and the fact that they made the semifinal? Or do you put Antonio 1 because he has a lot more than the rest of this stuff? Oh yeah, deflections 12 versus 13. I'm thinking you go... I'm thinking I go Keon Beachcastle with the pick 6. And then I go Antonio 2. And then Antonio number 2, so he's Clemson. And then 3rd spot would come down to these 2 down here. Eric Lombardi versus Corton Holvik. So, Lombardi, 34 tackles, 52. 2 TFLs, neither have sacks. A lot more deflections for Holvik than Lombardi, though. 2 recoveries for Holvik. He had a block, but the defensive touchdown goes to Lombardi. Yeah, Antonio won the Thorpe. So the block, and the defensive touchdown. You guys are all on Holvik? Okay. A lot of Holvik love. Holvik for LSU. Okay, so now we go to safety. Now, it's kind of hard to figure out safeties. But, I mean, immediately you see Lousy Riddle. But only 41 tackles for a safety is a bit trash. But 6 TFLs, 1.5, 6 interceptions. Pretty good on a team that was very good as well. So let's just keep scrolling down, see if we see more safeties here. So here's Bixby, he had 5. Because there's some really good safeties in the SFA. Oh, here's Warrenberg. How did he do? So we could put him at safety. He has 55 tackles, 7 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, only 4 picks. He had a forced fumble. He had a pick 6. But I'm sure there's more, like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of options, like go-go lanes, for example, that have, like, just a lot more sacks. Or not a lot more sacks, like, just a lot more tackles. So, like, go-go lanes right here. He has 4 interceptions. So Curtis Bird, he has 4 picks, but he only had 39 tackles. I don't see anything crazy here. 13 deflections, pretty good, but... yeah, so we do safety, just safety 1, safety 2, so... Beckham, Popes, and SFA. Where's my safeties? Quasi Stutz, he had 45, he had 3. I mean, yeah, we can try and see if there's any high tacklage guys up here. And I think 6 interceptions pretty good for a lousy Riddle. That might be good enough. We only had like 40 tackles. Really no safeties up here in like the 90 tackle range. That's crazy. Alright, here we go. Safety. Mike Bernard, that's not an SFA player. There's really none. What in the world? Jeremy Butler. Yeah, let's try TFLs here. I doubt there's going to be safeties with many TFLs. I'm just staring at the top left. We're down to 18, my goodness. I wish I could sort by position, but you can't. That's the problem with safeties, like, always, like, a lot less. So, Josh Lewis, non-SFA player, but we know he was super good. Holy Toledo. Here we go. Now we're getting to some safeties. Maybe. My Atlanta. I don't see anybody. Yeah, so it's like mostly like... What about deflections? There's got to be some good deflection guys, maybe. Like Curtis Bird's up here, he had 13. He had 4 interceptions, so he's up there with the coverage guys. There's tons of great SFA safeties. It's just they're not stuff in the stat sheet. So Blair Tsunami, he had 2 interceptions, 68 tackles, 4 TFLs. Yet again, Riddle 1, Warrenberg 2. I mean, that's fine if you're just going based off, like, Lousy Riddle, I'm fine penciling in, just because he has TFLs, he has sacks. That's fine. Like, he's a good player. I just feel like I'm missing somebody. Because, like, there's no Duke Archbishop III. There's, like, Warrenberg's here with 4. He has 1.5 sacks. He has 7 TFLs. So he has a couple less. He has some deflections, no forced fumbles. Yeah, I mean, we can just go those two with 1 and 2. I'm fine with that. That's really the best options that we've found. Curtis Bird's like the only other one, but he doesn't have any sacks or anything. And we just keep going down here, just see if there's a Hail Mary. So, like, Kendrick Holt, 43 tackles. He has 3 interceptions. Nothing crazy over here. Same thing with Micaiah Yubi. Quasi Stutz, 45 tackles. Let's just go down like another 20. See if there's anybody else at safety. Alright, Lincoln Rain. This is one where I was, like, for sure he would get it. But he only has 3 TFLs, 1 sack, only 3 interceptions. Yeah, the other guys are just as good, if not better. It's just, like, watching, obviously, Lincoln Rain's better, but stat-wise, he's not. And that's what this is based off of. So, we'll go Riddle. And then we'll also go Warrenberg. So now we got kicker and punter left. Takes a second to load. So normally field goal percentage is what I look at to start at least. We don't have a lot of SFA active kickers. Robin Edmondson, 81% along a 51. Not very good. Is there anybody better? Please. Alright, Dylan Grimmer. So 22 for 28. I feel like Edmondson was better than that. Where is Jimerson? 13 of 18, 53. That's not very good. Henry Giroux kicks some, and 16 of 23. Yeah. Yeah, if we want to see most made, just as a comparison, Dylan Grimmer, it's 3rd. So, for Dylan Grimmer, is 22 for 28 better than... Where is he? Avery Talon went 15 to 25. 59%. Yuck. Oh, Jarkus. Where even is he? Hold on. Field goal percentage. Robin Edmondson, 13 to 16, 51. So Grimmer, you think Grimmer just because he has 9 more makes? I guess that's fair. Grimmer from Maryland. And the punter now. So, what, average? I don't know how to go for punters. So, you got Rise Irwin. There's not really many of them, but 44.4. He had 53 kicks. He had 16 in. Mitch Mulligan, 65 punts. So I believe Mulligan is an SFA player. So -3 average, but he has 12 more kicks, so he has more yardage. What is this? Yards minus punt return average. Okay, so it's better. Punt blocks, he had 1 blocked. He is more inside the 20. I think Mitch Mulligan might be better. Touchbacks, he has less. Longest punt, 59. I like Mitch Mulligan. I mean, Greer as well as an option. He has less inside the 20. He has a less yardage. I think you go Mitch Mulligan. He's a kicker, but he gets Team of the Year punter. Dogger, I don't know if you were listening, but Warrenberg is safety number 2, dumbass. Long, yeah, we had an 82-yard punt for Trey Watts. So it punts down inside the 20, 29. Oh, there are some big-time punters here. A lot of sim games. None of these are SFA talents. Yeah, no, Mitch Mulligan has the most. So that's it. So I'll just quickly run back through all of them for you guys. So we got Kirko Squatch, Iowa State, McNutt, Boozin, Niall Sheathers, Ray J. Butler, Culpepper, Thrust, Bass. We got Newt, Dickerstick, Cade Barr, Zaza Gomeshi, Colin Schuler, Red Rubskins, Kenny Earlmand. Then defensively, we got Jax Joker, Reaper Exum, Gerard Beebe, Romeo Krotz, River Elliott makes linebacker, Shaq Madison, Calais Ingram, Keon Beachcastle, Giorgio D'Antonio, Corton Holvik, Lousy Riddle, Rylan Warrenberg, Dylan Grimmer, and Mulligan. So before we finish it off, just for those of you guys who are here, we'll just go through just some of the key leaders across the country for some players you guys want to see. Just scroll down. I'll scroll down to like 3,000 yards here. So you can always come back to this video and find your guys. Okay. And then rushing. We'll just do down to 1,000 yards. They're all your 1,000-yard rushers. Trayvon Burner only 1,100 yards this year. That's sad. Oyama gets over 1,000 yards. Receiving, guys over 1,000 yards. Let's do that. Django gets 1,000. Brian Browning over 1,000. Jetster just misses it. Blocking, we already went through a lot of those. Not going to do that again. I already went through an exhaustive list of these. Let's go through the sacks. We'll go down to like 5. Maybe not 5. Maybe 6. We'll go down through 6. Okay. Interceptions, we went through a lot. Deflections. We'll go down to 10. Forced fumbles, geez. 5 recoveries for Josh Leak. He was all over the place. Fumble yardage, 69. Any blocks? We had a lot of blocks. This guy had 2. Obviously, we've never seen a block live happen. Total safeties, there was quite a few this season. We saw a couple on a stream. And defensive touchdowns. Johnny Thomas, we saw both those live. Jamori Finkley got one. SFA player and GCU player. Alright, so that will wrap up the Team of the Year selection show. I will post it here in a couple of minutes. Thank you guys for watching. I have a lot of stuff I've got to do tonight. But that's it for stuff I'm going to post. I'll post VODs and everything on YouTube. But coaching offers will probably start rolling out late tonight, early tomorrow. And then typically, it just depends how quickly people respond to me. I'll post the carousel results tomorrow night, typically. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you a little bit later on. Probably next videos that come out on YouTube is going to be transfer portal stuff.